All right, so this is the first time ever I am doing live stream in this channel, and let me check if it is going correctly or not. And I'm so sorry, I need to verify it manually. Right, so this is the first time. Yep, and I can see and hear myself, and it looks a little bit weird because whenever we try to do these kind of things or anything for the first time, you are always a little bit nervous or thinking of, something may got wrong or then what will happen, especially when you are doing it live. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back again to this brand new channel, Engineering Pritam, which unfortunately got blocked by YouTube for no reason. I mean, at least from my side, because I'm posting genuine content, and despite that, that happened. And then thank you so much for showing us support. And then we again trying to grow back. So thank you so much for that. And this particular live stream session, I was thinking of, oh, let me see if everything is going well or I am getting nervous. Yeah, so the reason why I kept this live stream session because of the recent changes that blown my mind, especially how the generative AI is transforming this particular domain. I mean, when we talk about mechanical engineering or manufacturing sector, we are not seeing that much of transformation or impact of AI, but coming, I think, slowly started coming. I think some of the sectors that it came first, especially from mechanical engineering domain, I would say are in office productivity suite, for example, Microsoft Office, or the meeting apps, for example, which we used to use. And then now we are seeing that the impact of AI is growing, and even now it is there in product development or product design application. For example, recently I make a video on how you can utilize Claude um, in Autodesk Fusion 360, and it is not only limited to parametric softwares, but recently Claude also came up for Blender. So I was thinking of maybe if anybody have any question regarding those, we of course can discuss, and probably I'm gonna also share my screen where I can show you how you can set up. And it would be really nice if somebody have question and then I could answer that in this live stream session. Now it's not like only two companies are there. Only Autodesk Fusion and Blender is there. Recently, SolidWorks also came up with their own AI known as Leo. So I was thinking of maybe I can touch base on that. And there are different way how you can indirectly utilize the power of generative AI to make yourself your entire workflow more productive, more efficient. For example, when I talk about creating macros or creating expression, for example, if you use Unigraphics, you can create expression with ease. You can even create general, or I would say, you can even create plugin if you are really passionate toward, these kind of thing. You can do that. But right now, those things are more of manual or require a little bit of high competence. But the recent event of integration of Claude was really awesome. And seems like I lost my video feed. But not to worry, guys. Maybe I can switch toward the screen. And probably I will try to fix it. Maybe my camera is dead. All right, so let me quickly switch my feed from camera to screen, and I really apologize for this. All right, so now you should be able to see my computer screen, and now I will try to quickly go through the agenda that I was thinking of discussing. So I was thinking of talking about generative AI, specifically Claude, that is kind of making a lot of buzz and making a lot of disruption, and then how you can set up Claude to Autodesk Fusion, and how we can also do that with Blender. And then I'm gonna also do a little bit of touch base with the upcoming Leo from SolidWorks. All right, and then I'm going to also talk about some of free extension that lets one of my favorite 3D parametric software, which is PTC Creo parametric, how you can connect that to generative AI. Although they have not released the official assistant yet. All right, so let's start with the AI update, and for that probably I'm gonna quickly play that particular video. So let me first of all, just give me a minute, guys. And so far 0 members have joined us, so thank you so much. I can understand, this channel is quite new. All right. So, okay, so let me open YouTube separately. And then here the video that I want to show you that kind of shows the capability of generative AI, specifically with Autodesk Fusion. I'm hoping that I will be able to see it. And yes, this is it. Okay, unfortunately with ad. All right, so now I can skip it, and let me also turn on the volume of system volume.
I have seen.
All right, so I just shown you a trailer of Claude, like how we can utilize it. And if I quickly, go back and show you a quick recap. So here you can see, first of all, Claude can directly integrate with Autodesk Fusion, which I'm going to show you step by step in this live stream in a while. And what it can do is you can simply ask it to do things like, can you look at my design in Fusion, and I want you to arrange the keys properly on the keyboard. And if you see the keyboard here, the keyboard assembly is quite complicated. I won't consider it as a very simple, assembly. And then here, based on what we ask here, it is the Claude is doing its magic and is doing this assembly, you know. And it of course can see your design. And then again, the next prompt was, can you move the main component vertically to create exploded view? And then the Claude exactly did the same. So it knows where your component is in 3D space and can create this kind of exploded view. So that's really awesome, guys. And not only it can manipulate the existing geometry, but you know, I'm going to show you in later part, it can create geometry for you. So here again, it is asking to, you know, explore material and focus on the bottom casing. Can you hide the component? And seems like it have done something like changing the material. So that is the thing. And you can also see not only there is change in material, but also there is change in design from the previous one to the newer one, which now have got these kind of protrusion to connect. So that's the different one. All right, so now again we need to see this KitKat ad. Okay, so now I am going to show you step by step how you can achieve the same. All right, and let me see if my camera is back. It seems like it's not. So let me again try reconnecting it. And I will try. All right, just give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to fix my camera. I don't know if I can able to fix it or not, but no worries. We will be focusing on main thing. Which is, you know, first of all, I'm gonna quickly show you how you can sign up for Claude. So Claude, let me type it and let me try to open it separately. All right, so here it is how this look, and let me open it in private. And let's talk about the hard reality. The hard reality is, if you want to use this particular feature of Claude, it's not completely free. You need to go for a different plan, and probably what I can do here is I can talk about sign up. First of all, signing up for Claude is straightforward. Simply go claude.ai, and then it's gonna ask you continue with Google. Now let's say I'm gonna enter one of my ID. Okay, let me sign in. I'm just doing sign in. All right, I hope that I will be able to do that. And yep. Okay, so this way guys, we can do sign in or sign up. And since I already have account, so that's why, it recognized me. Now we need to click here, and probably I can click on view all plan. All right, so I do already have got this paid plan, so that's why it is showing me. And if you want to save money, I would suggest or recommend you to purchase these plans from Android app, Android phone, despite even if you have iPhone, because you're gonna get 50 rupees extra discount every month. Once you have Claude, the next thing we need to do is we need to go here and actually download the app of Claude. So go down and click on download for window, and this will download this small app, and click on open. Now this will install Claude in your system. All right, so we have successfully installed Claude. Now let me open this up. So I need to type here in Windows Claude and hit enter. Now okay, so you can see here, maybe you can also see my history. I don't know how I can hide it. Oh, all right, so I can hide it actually. So here you can see how this particular application look, and then you need to go here in setting, and then go here in general, oh sorry, connector, and then here click on browse connector. Now let me type here Fusion, and then you need to install it. Then I'm going to talk about configuration at later stage, because we also need to talk about how you're going to get Fusion. And the good thing about Autodesk Fusion is I am hoping that most of us are hobbyists, or even let's say if we use these 3D parametric softwares, but we are not earning that much, that we need to go for paid plan. And that's the good thing about Autodesk, because they offer Autodesk Fusion for free if you are a hobbyist, or if you are a student, that then also you're going to get it for free. All right, now let me go back here, and now I'm going to talk about another part, which is getting Autodesk. And even if you do not buy the paid version of Claude, you do not need to worry, because I'm going to also talk about the built-in AI of Fusion. Now I'm going to quickly type here Autodesk Fusion 360 and hit enter. Now if let's say you want to try the complete capability of Fusion, you can go with this 30-day trial. All right, and if you are a student, you can get it for free by signing up. Of course you need to sign up even to access student edition or Autodesk University. You can utilize your student account. And seems like I face some problem here, and I'm hoping that it will be resolved. Oh yes, finally it got resolved. Okay, so I'm gonna again go back, and I'm gonna again switch my screen to normal screen, where we were doing quick sign up. So as I was talking about, if you have got student account, it is better to sign up using student ID, because that's how you're gonna get it for free. But let's say if you do not have student ID, you want to utilize it, you can even use your Google ID, and then it depends on us. If we are a hobbyist, we're still gonna get Autodesk Fusion for free with certain limitation, or you can even try it for 30 days. All right. Now, let me confirm here my code. For that, again, I think I need to sign into my Gmail account. And that's the beauty of having two screen setup, you know. It not only is helpful when you are, I would say, it is not only helpful when we are doing 3D modeling, but also helpful when we are doing other tasks. For example, right now, live stream. Okay, so the code is, you can see it. I don't have any privacy concern for the time being for this code, and I think I need to link it. Okay, need to agree terms. All right, so we are signed in into our Autodesk account. Now, let me go back here and look for Fusion. All right. So here, as I was mentioning, you can get it for free for 30 days, or you can even save bucks and can get it for 1 year if you are using commercially. But if you are not using commercially, I don't think so that you require to spend this amount. You can actually look for Autodesk Fusion for hobbyist free, and which is actually free. So here you can see it says get Autodesk Fusion for personal use, and you can also see here what are the terms and conditions that makes it personal. So Autodesk Fusion for personal use is a limited version that includes basic functionality for home-based projects. Now, when it says Autodesk Fusion is free and it have got basic functionality, do not get confused that this is really a very basic software, because it have got all the 3D parametric capability which most of us is needed. It may not have got those kind of capability, for example, advanced simulation, or for example, you are connected to different team members, which makes sense in a way, because those are the features which are exclusively required to the teams when we are working in a group, or when I mean those conditions generally arise when we are using these software professionally. But for hobbyists, I think most of the capabilities are already part of the basic functionality. So this I just wanted to let you know. All right, so now let me click here on get Autodesk Fusion for personal use. And these are the steps actually we need to follow. Since I have got already Autodesk Fusion installed, and just to save time, I'm not gonna repeat the same, because the installation process of all these softwares are very easy and simple. We already reached to the point where it will ask me to install, so that's why I just stopped there. All right. Now, let me also do one thing. I will be bringing a media source so that I do not need to switch my screen again and again. Just give me a minute, guys. This happens when you try to do something for the first time. We always kind of struck. All right, so now it is good. Like, I can see myself and my screen, and so you guys, and I'm also trying to take a sip of tea because tea is getting cold. All right, so now let me close this and let me open Autodesk Fusion. Getting opened. And there we go. All right, now we're going to talk about how we're going to connect our Autodesk Fusion to Claude. For that, let's click here on setting. No, not here. Okay. Let's go here on the top, and then we need to click on preferences. And then here, you're gonna see network probably, or no? I think we need to scroll. Should be able to find. This happens, you know, when you do live stream. You find yourself a little bit all right. Okay, so we need to go to general and then API, and here we need to set up our MCP server. Same setting we need to do with Claude Cowork. Again, here I'm gonna go back to Claude, which we stopped that time, and then here we need to click on, oh no, not browse connector, but what is that? Okay, let me restart Claude. Okay, let's click on browse and search again Fusion. Now here, first of all, we of course need to enable it, and then click on configure. And then here is the port, which is very important, you know. So make sure that this port number matches the port number we have here. So here it says Fusion MCP server port, and then this is the number, which is 27182. Another setting that we need to make sure that we need to enable, which is Fusion MCP server, and make sure this is enabled. All right. Now after we will be matching these numbers, and there you go. You are ready to work. I mean, they got paired together. So this is the only setting that we need to do. And I am speaking continuously since, I don't know, for half an hour. Now I would want you guys to ask me if you have got any question, because I'm so sorry guys, I was literally talking to myself and I still do not see not even a single comment being placed there. So if you have got any questions, please feel free to ask. This is the only purpose of going live, you know, because I'm creating videos, by the way, separately, and those videos will not have got this kind of mistake that I create or do while speaking or doing live stream. So the only benefit of doing live stream is that, you know, we can be more interactive. So still I am seeing here the first question. Okay, how useful built-in AI in Fusion for real engineering work? Okay, NCRT Flex. Yeah, it is quite useful, I would say, because I mean, if we talk about, you know, in general, when we work on any design project, we do a lot of research, and then we you know, kind of freeze the scope, and then we start designing or developing the thing. And sometimes what happen is you know, we take a lot of time to develop the CAD modeling thing, but the real engineering thing already you know, went in doing calculation, which we already have done, because that's how, we define scope, and we already kind of framed what we want to build. Now, AI can really accelerate or help us in doing the CAD work, what we want to do. And to be honest, right now, CAD is not at that spot or that place, but certainly it will be, maybe in next 6 months, maybe in next 1 year. And you're gonna see the capability of AI. Maybe maybe I'm going to reshare my screen. Then you will realize that how competent the AI right now is, and it will be for sure. That's inevitable. It will be very competent in near future. So yes, you can really use AI in Fusion for real engineering work. Right now for a very simple application, but as the time goes on, you may able to utilize this for complicated assemblies. Hope I was able to answer your question. NCRT Flex 7087. Alright, so let me again share back my computer screen. And please feel free to ask if anybody have any question, because that's the value that these live stream brings. All right, so we now have connected Fusion to Claude. Now in order to start, the thing that we need to do here is we need to go here in File and then click on New. Let's say I want to create a part, so I'm gonna say Create New. Now we are in Autodesk Fusion environment, and let's go back to Claude, where I'm gonna ask Claude to build something. And actually, let me open it. And all right, now here I am going to place them side by side. Maybe this side would be good. All right. So let me place them side by side. Okay. So let me ask here to AI, maybe I was drinking tea, so maybe I can ask him to make a cup. I want you to design a tea cup using Fusion 360. I'm trying to give him a very simple example to do. And let me utilize Sonnet 4.6. And here the cloud is competent enough or intelligent enough to recognize that it needs to connect with Fusion through MCP server. And let's see how it happens. Okay, so it is kind of creating Python script, and then probably that's how it's going to push, because this is completely completely create a design using these kind of macros. Okay, David Steely 9103. Excited to see how to use Claude AI in Fusion 2026. Yep. Yeah, I was also very excited when I saw this for the first time, and I can understand your excitement as well. So same energy, same vibe, buddy. Okay, so here you can see how what's going on in the background, and generally it takes time, because when we see or even create videos in YouTube, generally to save time, we do not cover this thing, this activity that is happening in the background. Maybe with time it will improve, but right now it takes time. Meanwhile, I do not want to waste your time. I'm going to also talk about the SolidWorks and Leo. The SolidWorks have announced Leo AI, which is again kind of similar to the Claude plus Fusion, but this one is more integrated one. And Fusion also do have got this Autodesk Assistant, which is faster than this Claude plus Autodesk, but I'm going to talk about that in step by step. All right, so let's click here and let's see. I also saw one of video, I guess. All right.
Now,
let me quickly go ahead here. I'm not going to play this 15-minute video.
To guide you when you start something new.
Okay, so this is AI now built in SolidWorks, where you are asking question that, I'm trying to come up with the idea for a battle bot. Can you help me think 5 cool and unique battle bot?
You have one robot, you're trying to go towards BattleBot. What can you do? You can explore options, search for inspirations, and test new directions without exposing your idea to the rest of the world. Your search stays yours, your creativity stays yours. Now, once the idea takes shape, the next challenge is turning it into something real. That's where Leo steps in. Leo is your expert guide that is going to help you. Now, in this particular case, let's ask Leo to generate that assembly structure for the BattleBot, to plan out our design. He gives you a starting point so that you don't have to start from zero. It knows what components needs to go in there. But you don't just have to take it. You can iterate it with Leo. You can finalize it, and the moment you finalize it, you have the assembly structure. In future, we will also be able to grab the assembly components that you may have from your repository or even from your suppliers to give you the assembly. But today, you are able to get the assembly structure. Now, not every design starts from a blank screen. Very often, you're starting from what already exists. And this story was inspired from a real scenario. One of our teammates, Priyanka, a mom, her toddler Kabir, and mom's need of carrying a cup. By the way, both mom and son are here. You might see them walking out there. With image to mesh, you can take an image and quickly convert it into 3D mesh to provide the context in which you are going to build real things. In many cases, designed from suppliers are neutral BREP geometry, for example, step files. Full feature, but the problem shows up and all rebuilding part from scratch.
All right, so maybe I can post this video separately, because this video is also from YouTube. And I can post this link actually, even in the description of this live stream link. And here you can see, meanwhile, what Autodesk have done for us. It is still designing this cup, reiterating based on what it came up with. Sorry guys to came up with a very different topic with the SolidWorks Leo here inside Autodesk Fusion, because I just wanted to save your time, because it generally takes time, to be honest. and even that SolidWorks thing that should also be taking too much of time, just because it was already the polished video. So all right, let's wait for the whole thing to get completed. And here we can see the good thing about Cloud is when it generates something, it again try to it take screenshot of it, and then it try to find out what are the bugs there, and it have seen the bug, which was, the handle was not properly connected, and again it is trying to reiterate and trying to fix it. So that's happening there, I guess. And again it tried to create back, and this time also here we can see the handle is not good, but you do not need to do anything. That's the beauty of specifically about Cloud, that it reiterate, it learns, and it try to fix it, and it does everything automatically. And if anybody have got any further question, feel free to ask. I am open till um, you know Autodesk Fusion plus Cloud does it this work. And by the way, if you are new to this channel, we are very small community. Please feel free to subscribe us. We are just 400 plus subscribers. That's small. So we can quantify. All right, so it will take some time. And in this particular scenario, I simply ask um, Cloud to design a teacup for me. I did not quantify it, but the better prompt would be where I am quantifying, like what should be the dimension of the cup, what should be the shape of cup, and then and then maybe material as well. So when we define all these important parameter or features, then you're gonna see more predictable result. And you might be thinking of, oh, if I would be in that place, then I would have designed this thing way before than AI, and that's true, right? But this is beginning of new era, and then things will go uphill from this point. was typing as you mentioned. How important is the prompt? If you had described teacup, if you are describing it to a 4-year-old. Yes, yes, of course, David. I mean, if I would have, written it in a more specific way, the result will be more predictable, exactly what I would have imagined, rather than giving a very generic or general prompt. So I just wanted to make it as simple as possible. So this is the reason, I gave it a very general prompt. Of course, it will solve things much faster, and then AI do not need to figure it out by itself. I mean, we already let or provided enough context to, came up with better results or more predictable. All right, so seems like this is it. And I will not blame right now AI. It already have tried a lot, and in order to improve its accuracy, what we can do is we can utilize the Opus. Right now I was using Sonnet. So if you use Opus, it's going to consume more credits, but it will be creating better result. Now the reason why I do not go for Opus, because Opus consume your credit very fast. And then one more thing I wanted to show you, because yes, of course, this is not a very good example that here I created. Consider this assembly is very complicated, or there are large number of parts. In that case also, Claude would have performed similar. I mean, this is very simple assembly. Even the assembly would have, let's say, 50 parts, it would have performed in a similar way. So whenever it will improve not only for simple assembly but also for a very complicated assembly. Now let me close this. Of course, this is not a very good example, or this time I'm gonna go assembly design, and maybe I'm gonna say, okay, so this time I'm gonna give it a more specific one, and here also I'm gonna create a new prompt, but let's this time utilize the built-in Autodesk Assistant, and this one is fast. And you may also see some of my history where I have utilized this. All right, so from my prior experience, I can say this one goes faster. I'm gonna say, design me a water bottle having organic shape, height. Maybe this time I'm gonna provide height, and I do have one bottle right now with me, and if I see that bottle is around 350 mm, carrying capacity of let's say carrying capacity of 800 ml, and I'm gonna say the cap needs to be a quick opening cork style. Let's hit enter, and let me close this. Oh, I need to open this. Now, if in case you do not see this tech preview, this is almost similar style what we have seen in case of SolidWorks. We need to go here in setting and then make sure that you can turn this thing on. Now here, started building. Now all here we need to do is we need to wait, and then we will be back. All right, so this is taking some time, still going on. And we can also talk about one more, meanwhile, design, we can also talk about one more, this time non-parametric software, but it is very popular, guys, known as Blender. So Blender also now have got capability of, you know, integrating with this Claude, and we can utilize Claude to make parts or product in Blender. And let me quickly open that Blender. And the good thing about Blender is free. A lot of people use it to create animation, to create 3D object. But this particular is not that popular in engineering community, but more popular in non-parametric modeling community. To be honest, I have not personally used it extensively, but I tried Blender to create a 3D printed lamp that you can see some of them I designed and printed. All right, uh, here we go. This is Blender, and when we try to connect Blender with Claude, the process is entirely same. You need to go and look for connector. Oh, really? Okay. And then here, browse connector, and then look for Blender. Here also the things are same. We need to go here, enable, and then in case of Blender, you do not even need to think about MCP because it auto detect Blender. And yes, you require to install an add-on, which you're gonna find here in edit preference add-on, and then you need to look for MCP. Okay, so I already have installed it. You can search it here, and then you need to enable. Once this is enabled, you can ask anything. So right now Fusion is utilizing its internet. Okay, so I think the Fusion have figured out everything. Here I need to say yes, go ahead. This is really what I like about Fusion Assistant, because when we use Fusion Assistant, it always asks for permission, which genuinely for any designer or who is doing any complicated work, it is very important that it is asking you permission before simply building the things. So this is its plan. It's going to create a water bottle body component, an organic spline revolve solid, and then a core cap, which seems like it have already created. Sorry guys, I'm switching topics in between. This happened when you do live stream. And this is my first, so I don't know. Okay, so I am interested actually seeing what's going on here. So as I was mentioning before, I mean, when we use built-in Autodesk Assistant, it is much faster than Claude. All right, so seems like it have created the bottle, but to be honest, I can't see. I'm gonna ask it. I cannot see the bottle, only the cork and end part of bottle. Maybe let me open this separately if I really need to do something here. Okay, so it only created this front and last part. And seems like it have performed shell operation, which splitted the bottle into two thin disk bodies, which is true. And there you go, guys. Really, I'm very happy to see this kind of beautiful body of this bottle. Really, the wait paid off. So you can even rely on what you have written on AI. I mean, of course, I did not give enough information that, okay, I just said I need organic shape, but the shape it came up with looks really awesome. And finally, our bottle is ready. And wow, it looks nice. And we have built this in assembly mode. So really nice to have, nice to see. I'm gonna say, please create render of it. It is, it should be glass blue tinted, oh no, not translucent, but I'm gonna say um, frosted style. with okay, that would be enough. And let's see how it looks. Okay, and seems like it's taking screenshot of it. And now it's going to render it. So let's see how this rendering goes. This will be extremely helpful and will encourage more and more members to be part of 3D parametric software community, which was previously kind of owned by handful designers or hardcore hobbyists. Now as things progress and AI makes these softwares easier for everyone, we're gonna see this community to grow like exponentially. All right, so it is giving me a tip actually. What I need to do. I need to first of all need to to uh, switch to render workplace, and now I need to apply material. Can you do that? I'm gonna ask. Can you do that? I switched to render workbench. Okay. Now we're going to do the remaining thing. That's nice. And this is literally front view. I'm gonna ask AI to have it in isometric. Now these are the things which I think newbies will, or who are just coming from AI, they will struggle, because this is just a tool, and what makes product more feasible is when we conduct DFM, or when we really understand the functionality, fit function, as well as environment where the product going to work. So that's engineering, and uh, whoever will be part of this because of empowered by AI, they need to understand all these things. They also need to understand I would say all these very standard terminology. For example, isometric, that's very basic. All right, so let me hit home here, and seems like with that it doesn't look good. Okay, this is what I wanted to see, but seems like the home view or the isometric view is not good. All right, so here we go. Here we can see this is what we wanted and is achieved. All right, so if anybody have any question or want me to do something, please do let me know, or else I'm gonna switch to Blender now. I'm gonna wait for a while. All right, so let me now move toward Blender. And there you go. Let me put Blender here, and I'm gonna put Cloud toward other side. Okay. Now let's go back here. I'm gonna ask same thing, I'm gonna ask create a bottle. Maybe why don't I simply copy the prompt, and literally you're gonna see how both of these came up. I really like the bottle created by built-in assistant. And now let's see how it happened. Should we use Opus? No. Let's use this. Okay, and design me a water bottle in Blender. Okay, that's important. Now let's wait for a while till it create. Now, meanwhile, it create bottle in Blender. Let me talk about my favorite 3D parametric software known as PTC Creo. And is Creo came up with this capability? The answer, of course, is no, because generative AI become popular now. But yes, if we talk about use of AI in CAD, it is happening since, I would say, past. For example, topology optimization or lattice generation. All these are, AI capability that used to exist in all different 3D parametric softwares. Now, let me type here. Okay, okay. Creo parametric. Maybe they came up with something. Parametric. Yo. I'm gonna say what's new. And okay, so maybe they are also coming up with Creo AI assistant embedded directly into workflow. And there you go. So it's gonna come soon, and probably let's see this one as well. Meanwhile, Blender do its work. Okay, so here Creo is trying to show the complete capability, not only focusing on Creo AI assistant. And let's see, because what we have seen here is it is like it is guiding that these are the tool, but we want it to be more automated. Then you let us know step by step, and then we are clicking on it. And sometimes steps can go wrong as well, So let's see how it develops. Okay, now let me go back here in Blender. And seems like the bottle is becoming even more interesting here because it have built up a really nice, I would say, cork, and now trying to fix it. And if we talk about the shape of this bottle versus the bottle created by Fusion 360, they looks almost same. But to be honest, I a little bit like the bottle designed by 360, but maybe Blender will also further improve. Let's see how it goes. All right, so seems like we can see the bottle is almost finalized. And this one also looks great. All we need to do here is we need to further ask AI to modify if we want to make further changes in optimization. All right, so that's all, guys, from my side in this live stream. Hope that you find it helpful, informational. If you have got any question related to Blender, related to SolidWorks, related to Creo, related to project management, related to any other engineering topics, and if I think that I am competent enough to answer it, I will definitely try to. Or I will also try to ask my peers who are specific or specialist of that particular domain. Maybe I will gather some of information that you are trying to have. Please make sure you subscribe to Engineering Pritam. We are very small community, guys. I really need your support, and I know this particular domain is not very huge. I mean, the community is not very huge, so that is why your support become even more important, because there are not enough like-minded people who do all these things. So please make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in one such another video, a live stream. If you can also suggest me what should be the next topic of live stream, that would be even more helpful, and you will be providing me guidance, like what should we be covering, because I'm doing it for you guys. Let's catch each other in one such another live stream session, and till then, you take care and bye bye. What else I should say?